बस
Mock drills are scheduled to take place all over the country in as many as 244 districts on Wednesday. The National Disaster Management Authority has chalked out a blueprint in which they have categorized these districts into three broad categories, which includes the most vulnerable category, which includes metro cities like Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai and Kolkata. A separate plan has been chalked out for these cities. The second category is the vulnerable category, in which those cities have been put where vital installations are placed, like the nuclear installations are placed, like in Jaisalmer or other cities in South India. Third categories is the least vulnerable category, wherein cities along the borders, especially in the northeast India, have been placed. The key city is the Guwahati city, where a separate plan is going to be has been chalked out and is going to be played out. Officials have been placed, officials have been asked to carry out drill in a certain manner. So this is the plan which the National Disaster Management Authority has laid out. Indian Express has learnt that NDMA officials were here in Northlok today morning and they had discussed these plans with officials in Northlok and had told them that these exercises are going to take place in next 3 days. For 3 days they are going to identify where what kind of capabilities each district is capable of, and if these capabilities are not up to the mark, those areas are going to be identified and things are going to be improved upon. So all these aspects were discussed here in Northlok today when a meeting took place. Though this is not the first time when such drills are taking place. Earlier also, many a time such drills had taken place. Last time when Kargil was happening, such drills had taken place. Even after Parliament attack, forces were mobilized, and even after the Pulwama attack, forces were mobilized. That's what MHA officials tell Indian Express. Interestingly, this year round, the Ministry of Defence has also enhanced the budget of civil defence. This time in 2025-2026, as much as 6,81,210 crore rupees has been sanctioned by MOD, which marks of 9.5 increase from previous year. So this budget allocation also includes 6% increase in the total expenditure. We learn that this increase also is going to support the modernization of the civil defense equipment, which is already there with the civil defense authorities. Apart from enhancing the capabilities of the civil defense authorities, we also learn that the Home Ministry has asked civil defense authorities to increase the recruitment, to enhance the recruitment. So in this drive, which is going to start from Wednesday onwards, that is the mock drills which are going to start, even the recruitment is going to take place in many cities. As of now, as many as 6 lakh volunteers have associated themselves with this civil defense program in the entire country, but now this figure is going to be enhanced. Meanwhile, in such a backdrop, the National Security Advisor Mr. Ajit Doval met the Prime Minister again for the second time in last 24 hours. But when we spoke to senior officers in PMO, they said that the NSA was meeting the Prime Minister ahead of the cabinet meeting. Interestingly, this meeting comes at a time when Delhi is assessing its response options after Baisairan attack. So this meeting obviously holds a lot of significance. We learned that this meeting lasted for as much as 40 minutes. The National Security Advisor briefed the Prime Minister as far as the preparedness of the country is concerned vis-a-vis all the three armed forces. Meanwhile, 2 weeks have passed after the attack, but the security forces still have not been able to locate the perpetrators, the terrorists. Today is May 6th. This attack had taken place on April 22nd, but so far the location of the terrorist is still not known, though they have been identified. The two are from South Kashmir, but their location is still not available with the security forces, although the combing operations and the operations are going on both the sides of the Pir Panjal. Security forces say that the dense forest covers help and aid the terrorists to hide, and they cannot be seen even from drones also, because the forest is so thickly densely covered. These forests are so densely covered, but these operations are going on in the upper reaches of Pir Panjal ranges. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, the Pakistani army continued firing with the small arms firing in Kupwara, Baramulla, Poonch, Rajouri, Mendhar, Naushera and Akhnur sectors. These small arm firings has been taking place in last couple of days, and the apprehension is that in coming days it might increase or it might go up significantly. But as far as the ceasefire violations are concerned, Indian Express has accessed the data of army which they had shared with multi-agency center. This year till May 4th, as many as 12 cases of ceasefire violations have been reported. Interestingly, only one incident was reported from international boundary. That was in April. Rest 11 of them were reported from line of control, and they were reported in February and April. In February, 5 cases were reported, and in April, 4 cases were reported. The data also shows that last year, as many as 9 cases were reported. They were registered by army, because it's a tedious exercise which the security forces does to identify the area where the ceasefire violation has been done. Only after proper they gather all kinds of information, and then only they mark that number 1 case has been done or 2 cases have been done. In 2024, they say that 9 cases were reported, out of which LOC again reported 6 cases and international boundary reported 3 cases. In 2023, again the figure was 9. At international boundary, 5 cases were reported, and LOC 4 cases were reported. And in 2022, 3 cases were reported, and all these 3 cases were reported from the international boundary. This is significant because in this case, in this Baisaran terror attack case, the army claims that these terrorists gained access or they crossed over border from the international boundary, and they say that these crossings are not taking place in the LOC sector. So the game of tutu meme, the blame game between the army and also the border security forces is going on from where these infiltrations are taking place. But these ceasefire violations also tell a different story. In New Delhi, this is Neeta Sharma reporting for Indian Express.